All right, so we're just going to get right into this one. All right, little history. Nipsey Hussle's sister had informed the court that she was ready to take care of her brother's surviving daughter because she said the biological mother was not in a position to do so. The problem was that Tanisha Foster had already had an order in place guaranteeing her joint custody of the 10-year-old daughter. It was alleged that Nipsey kept his daughter on the weekends and Foster took care of her the rest of the week. But there was a period of time before Nipsey was murdered that Amani was living primarily with him. Now, his sister filed for primary custody to ensure that she can continue to live with family members with whom she has always had close ties. According to legal documentation obtained by The Blast, the publication also indicated that Smith wanted this process to be handled without Foster's knowledge as to not have Foster, um, you know, do anything to mess up those plans. Also, during that time, Foster had not filed an opposition to Smith seeking legal custody of Amani. But she eventually did, and Foster also had put on her social media photos of her, Amani, including one with Nipsey's father. And as it stands, that Foster, had she gotten custody, may have been entitled to a hefty monthly child support payment from Nipsey's estate, since sales of his music and various merchandise had soared after his death. Now, the first time Samantha, Nipsey's sister, had filed this paperwork, it was denied, and they were asked to go back to court because Foster, the child's mother, had to be notified. So they went to court again a day or so ago, and as it stands now, the mother is asked to go back to court in July. I don't know whether it's for visitation reasons or, just to finalize some things, but they still do have a court case for July of this year. So, during this process, his family also has been in court in regards to being the guardianship over Nipsey Hussle's estate, which is valued over $2 million. Also, there was a saying going around saying that Lauren London had would or possibly would be a beneficiary to some of these things, but listed on his death certificate, as I have shown, it shows that he was not married. I think I circle it and highlight it so that you can see. It should be coming up. But as it goes now, according to this death certificate, he was not married at the time. All right, so now let's delve into the Superior Court of California regarding guardianship. So, let's see here. What do I have to do to become a guardian? To become the legal guardian to a child, you have to file papers in court. You can get the forms you need from a stationery store, bookstore, or self-help center, or go to the Judicial Council. If there is an emergency need for you to become a guardian, you also can file a temporary guardianship paper with the court. You can get the temporary guardianship forms from the same place you get the other guardianship forms. Now, what happens after I fill out the forms? After you fill out the forms and file them with the probate court clerk of the Downtown Superior Court, a court investigator will interview you and the child. If the child's parents are alive and available, the investigator may interview them too. The investigator will make a recommendation to the judge. Now, there will be a court hearing and the judge will review the case and decide if you can be a guardian. The court will only approve the guardianship if it is in the child's best interest. Alrighty, so do I need a lawyer for guardianship? You do not have to have a lawyer. How much does it cost to hire a lawyer? Lawyers usually charge about $225, $300 an hour. Or let's see, what do I do? Let's go down here, look for the process. Okay. What will the court investigator do in a guardianship of the person case? The court investigator will only investigate your case if you or a relative of the child. He or she may do a full investigation or may ask the court for permission not to do a full investigation. If you are not a relative, the court will refer your case to social services. What to expect if the court investigator does a full report: a visit to the home where the child will live, personal interviews with the child and the proposed guardians, review available documents like school records and medical records, phone interviews with people involved to confirm that what you wrote on your court forms, a check on you and adults living in the home to see if any of you has a record of neglect, abuse, or a criminal record. Now, if the investigator thinks the child needs a guardianship, they will look at available housing, schooling, family dynamics, including all household members, healthcare issues, yes, including mental health problems, and visitation. Now, if the child is old enough and mature enough, the CI, court investigator, may also talk with him or her about the guardianship if there are any unresolved problems. What will the court investigator do in a guardianship of the estate case? The investigator does not usually do an investigation for guardianship of the estate cases, but the CI will review available court documents and estate accountings. The CI will tell the court if there are any potential problems, discrepancies, etc. If there are problems, the court may ask the CI to interview the people involved. Okay, so what if the child's parents don't want me to be a guardian? The court may not approve a guardianship if the parents do not agree in writing, but the judge can make an exception if the parents have abandoned the child or if the judge decides it would be a detriment for the child to be in the parents' care. The court investigator will talk with the parents and let the judge know if they think it would be harmful for the child to be returned to the parent. If there has been neglect or abuse, the court investigator will refer the case to social services agency. Social services will do dependency evaluation to see if the juvenile court should get involved and see if the parents should be offered reunification services. Now, if you still can't come to an agreement on what is best for the child, the court may schedule an evidentiary hearing. This is like a trial where each side presents evidence and the court hears testimony. Then the judge will make a decision on your case. Now, they have not said whether, though, this next court hearing in July is in fact that, but we will find out. Alrighty. Now, any more information or filings or paperwork or anything that I find, I will add it to this channel in a separate video. As always, I will keep my eyes open for whatever I do find, and this will continue on. This is going to have to be actually a continuation video because it seems as though they're still in the process of getting everything sorted out. Alrighty, so I will see you later, and you have a good day. Bye-bye now.